A mode is a scale, and a good definition of a scale would be a series of steps between two fixed musical points, one higher than the next. Now we're already familiar with two of these modes, Ionian, also known as the major scale, which sounds bright and happy, and then Aeolian, also known as the natural minor scale. And that's the opposite, it sounds dark and sad. From the major scale we can actually build 7 different modes: Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. All of these modes have 7 notes, 7 scale degrees, and a sentence I like to teach people when they're first trying to learn the order of them: I don't particularly like modes a lot. So you just take the first letter of that sentence and pair it with the name of the mode. So if we take the note C and we ascend 1 octave, but no sharps, no flats, you get the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Which we know is the C major scale, or C Ionian. Now if you start on the second note, the D, and you ascend 1 octave through the same notes, no sharps, no flats, and finish on the next D, that's actually the second mode, D Dorian. This might be confusing because you're thinking, well, it's just the same notes, D through to D, what's the difference? Well, the difference comes in identifying the relationship between the notes compared to the root. So for example, in C major, our first to third note, C to E, is a major third. You can also calculate that on a single string, 4 frets. But when we take a look at the relationship between the first and our third note of the D Dorian scale, that's D to F, which is a minor third. On one string, that would be 3 frets. These changes will then give the D Dorian mode and all the other modes different melodic characteristics and harmonic behaviors. So if you already know how to play 2 octaves of the C major scale, then you already know how to work out all the different modes within C. D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, and so on. But we don't really get a huge amount of context from that, and we're only staying in one area of the fretboard, so it's quite limiting. Here are all the modal positions within the key of C, starting on the 8th fret of the E string, 2 octaves, and going all the way around. So as well as learning the modes in the order that they're formed from the major scale, it's also important to learn them in order of their mood from brightest to darkest. So that would be Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian, Dorian, Aeolian, Phrygian, Locrian. And I have a sentence that I made up to help you remember that order. Luke, it's my duty as Princess Leia. Luke, it's my duty as Princess Leia. For all you Star Wars fanatics out there who want to learn the bright side to the dark side of the moods, you see what I did there? Put the hours in. I had to think. There you go. Thank me later. I'm only going to play you a single octave of each mode from the brightest to the darkest, but I'm going to drone an E in the bass throughout, and we will really hear the unique character of each mode. Paired with today's lesson on my Patreon, you will find a PDF that covers everything we went through today. It has a little chart at the bottom that takes you from the bright side to the dark side of the modes, and it lists all the intervals. You'll also find 2 drone tracks for you to practice the different shapes over. One that stays on C as all the modes change, but still rooted to C. So C Ionian, C Lydian, C Phrygian. And then one that moves through the key of C. So that would be C Ionian, D Dorian, E Phrygian, F Lydian, etc. And it's important to practice in the same area, being able to change between the modes and also moving up the fretboard to the different positions of them as well for the different keys. 3 PDF tabs on there as well with all the different positions, and I'm there as well if you've got any more questions. So consider checking that out. Someone's been jet washing 1 paving stone outside for the duration of this video, and they've just stopped, as I've just stopped. I'll be having words. See you soon.